Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video we're going to be doing more account reviews. Since my last one, there's a good 16 of them out here. We're going to just try and push through as many as we can. I'm going to try and make them a little bit quicker, as I tend to stick on one for a little bit longer than I should, but I tend to yap a lot. I mean, it is what it is on that. But we're just going to go ahead and get right into these and see what people have that they're working with. So the first one here, we have deck building help for grandparents. Ooh, man, coming to me now for the parent. That's what I'm focused on a lot. So building for grandparents, trying to get good runs and make some grandparents. So I will say, if you're wanting to do grandparents and focus on them like I am, just know it's a lot of work on it. And for most people, you're better off just making parents off of the random grandparents you've gotten off of your ace runs, at least at this point, until we get like things like re-rolls and other cards that work out, which is what I'm guessing you're asking questions about here. Leaning more towards Pace Chaser, but I just can't seem to be able to hit SS. I mean, it depends on the deck you're using. Like right now, I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm using a very difficult deck. In terms, like it's really whittled down to try and get all the skills I want. Now that I kind of have decent great grandparents, now it's just trying to get all those skills on there, get that SS, and get an even bigger pop off on them for a grandparent, versus using the other cards that I kind of used. So it really it can hurt or help depending on what your needs are there. But you can consistently get S+. I mean, if in Track Laser, SS is super easy now. Even on bad runs, I don't think I've ever gotten an S. Even like an abysmal run, I've gotten S's anymore. Unless like the speed cards never show up. Neither speed or power ever show up, and she gets put into an awful mood. But those ones get glued before they can even finish, so I don't even get to see what those ones up stat wise. Started playing New Year's Fuku banner, so I'm missing some vital event cards and past must pulls. Kita-san Black. Yes. So because of that, I mean, one of the biggest ones that's going to really help you just as a stat stick card is definitely going to be Agnes Tachyon Speed, especially since you're going towards pace. And so, I mean, I'm going to guess you already have that built into your plan, but she's definitely well. Got to read a little header. Yeah, I'm planning on pull 4 to 600 in Agnes Tachyon. I have 55 carats saved up. Not sure about Summer Maruzensky since I plan to main pace. One last thing about Narita Bryan and Summer Tachyon. Are they worth pulling for Pace Chaser? Or that they were. Narita Bryan Blaze is a good one for the longs. She has Monster built in, which is a it's an acceleration for your Pace Chasers on longs. Basically, they have to get within, I think it's 10 meters of the front runner or the person in first place, and then they get like the equivalent of like Encroaching Shadow, but for a Pace Chaser. Not 100% sure on Summer Tachyon. I remember I looked at her; she's pretty decent. I don't know of her as like a meta Uma, but if you can build her into your pull plan, she can work. That is during Grand Masters, I believe. And so there's a lot of like during Grandmasters, there's a lot of niche cards in there you might want to pull on, especially if you don't mention here whether you spend money or not. But if you're buying all the selectors and stuff, my idea is always to try and dip your toes into one of the support cards with the idea that you can MLB it or at least limit break 3 it. With the upcoming scenarios, 3 selectors that you can buy, or 2 selectors you can buy with the free one. If you get 1 copy and 200 pulls, you can take it to limit break 3. If you get lucky and get 1 in those pulls, then you can MLB it. And so just know there are a lot of niche cards you might want to do that during that. But picking up a good Uma here and there won't hurt. I don't know all the Pace Chaser ones off the top of my head though for that kind of time frame. But I'm pretty sure she's a decent option. I know a lot of people talk about her, so. Here are your cards. Let's see what we got here. So, Shinko Wendy. Ooh, not MLB there, though. You have Fuku. So, Fuku, she'll be good. She'll kind of carry you for a little bit, since you don't have Kita-san Black for now. Even through Grand Live. And then, of course, you'll have Agnes Tachyon speed at that point, so that'll be really good there. Stamina. Definitely want to get Super Creek. You are hurting here pretty bad. You definitely want to get Super Creek when she drops. And she comes alongside Mr. CB. Not the best, but with that, you'll be able to keep Super Creek as your main stamina card, even when Sounds of Earth drops. And then just wait it out until Air Shocker. Yeah, here, I mean, you've got power cards you can work with. I'm pretty sure power is going to fall off, though, in Grand Live, so nothing too much to worry about there. Oh, where's the Wit cards? Oh, here they are. Wit. So Agnes Tachyon, Wit will be dead during Grand Live. Okay, you have Fine Motion. Okay, never mind. You have Fine Motion. You're good there. Major Romanu. Big pickup for you. Guts cards. I mean, Guts will come back in Grandmasters. From what I understand, though, I mean, Udada works fine in Grandmasters. You never know what you'll pick up when you're pulling on the Agnes Tachyon's banner. So, have to see there. Nishino Flower, Taiki Shuttle here. Kita-san, or not Kita-san, Fuji Kiseki, a nice pickup. She's really, I really like running her for parent runs. And she'll be a generically good inherit for the more front Umas, especially when she gets her buff, because I think it's 1st through 5th. And her speed increase is just like Ogre Caps, although a little bit more of a requirement to it. But it can activate from 1st place, so if your Pace Chaser is really strong and steals 1st, she can activate it versus not being able to activate Ogre Caps at that point. Overall, though, looking pretty good. I think the main Uma that you're wanting, though, if you can get her, if you're willing to buy a selector, will be Maruzensky, the red one. Especially for League of Heroes, it'll drop with Grandmasters with it if you can get her there, or if you get lucky and pick her up elsewhere. But yeah, overall account looks good. You don't really have a specific question on it. I would say for grandparents, though, the biggest card I'm looking at, and this is a luxury item, there is, and for Pace Chasers, it might not hurt too bad. But let me just pull it up here. For parent making, it is going to be right after you get wrecked from Goddess card and Major Romanu, so just take note of that. But if you somehow can afford to pull on it, I like this banner. Nice Nature being a solid parent card. You only need 1 copy. She gives you easy access to Tail Held High, Nimble Navigator, and Slipstream. And then she is paired with the Major McQueen Stamina card, which for me, if you get really lucky, if you pull on this one, to me, as long as you get Limit Break 1, you get really lucky and you pull off Limit Break 1, you have, you get the skill point, which is the key reason that you don't get the Guts bonus, but whatever. She's an okay stat stick. But the biggest thing is you have ahead of the game a heal for longs that also has a speed increase tied to it, so you get some value out of there. Plus it has True Worth, which is the white version of Monster, which is the skill that Narita Brian Blaze has. So this can give your Pace Chasers accelerations on the long right there. And you have to choose the first option up here, and I think that one also gives you Thoughtless. Which this one is a heal. It's a white heal that is actually a 0.035 versus your average one that is 1.5. But, I mean, the negative being that you cannot late start. So, this one I feel like you have to kind of tie with concentration. If you want it, unless you're wanting to gamble it, of course. If you need it as one of your required heals. But I think it's a good one that if you do want to pull for parent, that one, to me, you're pulling on the banner for the Nice Nature card, but if you luck out and get Limit Break 1 McQueen out of it, the better. Let's see here. All right, go back to the Discord, go to the next one. All right, this one we have pole plan going into the Grandmasters front main, planning on switching to pace. Have a light spender, okay, now we have a spending. Daily carrot plus $20 selector, so you will not be getting the $70 ones. Okay. Front runner, main, planning to switch pace chasers down the line. Well, I mean, I'm guessing you want to go with when they kind of fall off. They'll run either style where it makes sense. Oh yeah, League of Heroes for sure. Trying to figure out what I should be pulling after Grand Live. Understand pulling El Contrapasso Speed. And for Pace Chasers, the Miss Queen, yeah, Wit card, really good. And I'm a bit lost in anything else. I mean, I just mentioned one is kind of a touching. You can just kind of dip your toes into it for that Major McQueen and a nice Nature Power card. More of a parent card than anything else. Of course, you probably have Major... You're talking Grandmaster, so I'm assuming you know Major Romanu. Mihono Bourbon Wit for your frontrunner is a big must-have. And that one you want high dupes. Has gold groundwork. Has a lot of other stuff. Pairing that one with Summer Maru Zensky. Very strong combo. Kind of looking at... You have that. You have Kitasan Black as your main one. And then when you get Summer Maru Zensky, Fuku, I mean, you're sitting pretty solid on your speed here. You already have Super Creek. And so you'll be able to skip, to me, you could skip Sounds of Earth. Really don't have anything on the gut side other than Yukino here. Got the Mihono Bourbon. Oh, and Fine Motion. Yeah, you're sitting overall pretty good. I mean, it's just kind of the typical, there's those onesie-twosies. I wouldn't say Polvor. I mean, we have like Daitako Helios and Major Palmer Stamina that'll be dropping during Grand Live. Do not Polvor them. You want to continue to save up for Major Romanu. Those are just some notable cards. Major Palmer Stamina taking the lead on it. So it's one of the ways to get taking the lead on Mihono Bourbon. As well as other Umas when we have Mihono Bourbon Wit drop, you can fall back for the longs on that stamina card to get taking the lead alongside it. But yeah, those are kind of like the main ones. Let's see, a free-to-pull plan here. Attempting front main, alright. Free-to-play player to Umamusume. Started around Xmas Ogre. Wait until I can optimize my pull plan. Niche cards. Pull, yeah, El Contrapasso Speed and such, not for other banners, wanted some options. So, started fairly late. I don't remember, did you get Mihono Bourbon Wit? Did Christmas Ogre drop in time? Ooh, yeah, that's gonna... So you're kind of really waiting for the new Mihono Bourbon Wit card to drop. Missing out on taking the lead, which kind of sucks. So, it's kind of tricky. I'm guessing that's going to be maybe... Kitasan Black too. What's your main speed card? So I'm guessing you're using Shinko Windy mostly. NTR at 3. I mean, she's gonna die off. Kitasan Black. You got Taiki. You haven't pulled heavily on Uma, so I'm guessing you're stockpiling a bunch. Yeah, I think your biggest one, just to kind of try and catch up, I'm guessing you're kind of playing like Open League on this one. Trackblazer, because Trackblazer I'm guessing kind of really sucks for you. I mean, you have NTR. No, you really are struggling everywhere else, mostly. Because you didn't pull on Fine Motion, it looks like. You're probably using Marvelous Sunday. Got Mr. CB for Enclosers. Kind of a little bit of... I mean, if you're front maining, Mr. CB is definitely skippable. I mean, of course, you're going to have to pull in the Light Hello banner. Go ahead for that one. I don't know if you want to go all in on that one. Just get yourself Light Hello. If you get lucky in those 200 pulls, maybe make a decision from that point. But seeing where you're kind of sitting at, I feel like you're going to suffer a little. You're going to suffer through the rest of Trackblazer regardless with what you have. Just make do. I would even potentially skip the first Summer Maruzinski and pull on the second one with Fine Motion. I think either or works, though. and then pull on Super Creek, and that can help you. And you could actually you could always pull on the normal special week, and then skip all the way to, well, pull of course on Light Hello, and then pull on the Super Creek banner. The one nice thing you can get out of pulling on the Super Creek banner is topping off Mr. CB. While she's not, unless you're not going to build Enclosers, she's a generically good stat stick wit card. Not as good as Fine Motion, of course, but she still does pretty good. And so you'll top her up while pulling for Super Creek herself. And then after that, Major Romanu, of course, and I mean, you probably know the rest of them. Major Romanu, the Goddess card, Mihono Bourbon Wit. It's going to be really tough as a free-to-play going through there. Depending on how your pulls go, you may want to make the Goddess card potentially a permanent borrow, unless you get really lucky and then can do 200 just to get one copy. Because you definitely want to try and get Mihono Bourbon Wit. There has been the talk, I've heard people saying it, but you could potentially skip Major Romanu for Mihono Bourbon Wit, but I really would not want to do that, because Major Romanu is going to be like your main wit for like everything outside of front. It's kind of hard to really think about that though until you kind of see how your pulls go on the Agnes Tachyon Light Hello banner. So it kind of depends on that. I don't know where your carrots are at this point. Hopefully you're saving up a lot and haven't, I mean, looking at your account, I don't think you've been probably pulling for a while. So yeah, Agnes Tachyon Light Hello is a good pickup there. Next one, skipping Goddess as a spender. Yeah, it's one I want to skip, but there are a few niche cards that'll be really good borrows that if you don't have the Goddess card, you're not going to be able to borrow. But you're going to like, it's really tricky. Like one of the big ones is Kita-san Black. If you have Kita-san Black for the first League of Heroes, she's gonna be very good there. But if you want to get Professor of Curvature on her, you're gonna want to have Tokai Teo Wit, which most of us, unless you get lucky on your free pulls on her, you're not gonna have. And so you're going to have to borrow it, which if you don't have the Goddess card, you can't do that to get Professor of Curvature on her. Now maybe you could live without Professor of Curvature, but it'd be really nice to have. And there's a couple other circumstances, I don't know of them top of my head, but there are some niche borrow situations that maybe the 200 pulls on the Goddess card would be worth it. We'll just have to see how it goes. Maybe they'll give us 100 pulls on it to try and not make people have as much backlash as Japan had. So now we have free-to-play Encloser main polling plan. So now they're going full Encloser here. Started playing before Unity Cup started. Currently have 73,000 carats. I'm guessing you pulled Mr. CB too. Class 5.5, so you're going back and forth, which is pretty easy. 1 SSR uncapped, 12 SSR shards, and 6 SRs. Okay, 200 pulls equals limit, 1 limit and above. I consider it a luxury. MLB, okay. I mean, it depends on the banner. Okay, I don't know what you're kind of getting with that. Unless that's what you're saying you're going to do if you need it. But you're free to play, so 600 pulls on anything is probably out of the question as a free to play. My reasoning for my Uma pull, sweep Toshos and Oshi. All right, not too bad. She has a good green that you can try and farm into your sparks with it. So not too bad there. Mr. CB, because I need Encroaching Shadow and don't have Taishin. Depending on your Umas that you like, I mean, Mr. CB is definitely the better one. But there is Festival Inari 1, but she's more of a luxury. I think Mr. CB is just overall better. But Inari 1's better for the longs, in my opinion. But Mr. CB is basically the same thing, but better. Duramate, good pickup. She'll be really good there. Durandale, Halloween, Mayanu. Yes, she is meta, but not an Encloser meta. Halloween Mayano Top Gun is very good, but she's a long front runner. I know she can get the Encloser straightaway spurt and all that, but that is her front runner. Like her entire build around front runner. Ofever is my all-time Oshi and very meta. Yes. Gold ship, but better. A lot better. Yes. Stay gold. Must pull Encloser parent. Yes. Yep. So, I mean, you have all those plans. Alright, so let's see. I mean, you've pretty much got it covered. I mean, you already know. I'm guessing you pulled Mr. CB. Ooh, went all the way up the limit break 3. Okay. As a free-to-play, I would not, unless you got really lucky, I would not have gone past limit break 1 on that way to 200 pulls. Wait, what do you have? Kitasan Black. Okay, and then Chico Windy here, Barber the Sunday. I mean, you're sitting pretty good overall on your cards. I don't see Fine Motion, though. Which, I mean, with Mr. CB, she kind of replaced it. I wouldn't even worry about Fine Motion at this point for you. Since Mr. CB will carry you until Major Romanu. I think overall, you're looking pretty solid here. Count looks good. You got the main things. I didn't see Super Creek, though. It's probably the only thing. So maybe pull on Super Creek so you can skip Sounds of Earth. Of course, you have, like I mentioned already in the previous ones, I really like Nice Nature Power for a parent card, getting you 3 big skills on there. Not a must-have by any means, especially as a free-to-play. It's a very luxury option if you've been lucky prior to it. Major Romanu and Mr. CB and all those. So I think it'll be definitely tough to pull on that banner if you wanted to. But yeah, overall, I think your plan's pretty good. There's a lot of random stuff you might want to pick up in there. And I think a lot of your decisions, especially regarding like the free, the selectors, will come down to your off-banner luck and what you pull on like random cards. It's really hard to kind of give advice for that farther into the future. Alright, Pace Chaser Oshi-only player. I'm a Hishi Akabonen. Rarely nice nature for CMs. They disable debuffs. Only player and looking for tips on what support cards are good making parents and grandparents. You're only... Wait, only? Is basically... So you're going full debuffs for Hishi Akabono, I'm guessing. Is Hishi Akabono even able to do mediums and longs? And any parents that are good for pace other than Nishino Flower. I mean, there's quite a few. They're like, it's just all those random speed ones like Ugly Cap. There's a lot of random ones out there. The main thing you're looking for is the 0.45 accelerations that inherit down to a 0.25 and have easy to trigger conditions. Currently only do monthly carrot pack, but from 2nd anniversary on we'll buy all selectors. Ooh, okay. Support cards and pull plan until the beginning of Lark will be below. Well, I think I skipped over looking at someone's pull plan. I mean, I kind of talked to it, though. They mentioned all of them. Pull plan until the beginning of Lark. Now, it seems like all of us are stopping around Lark because we haven't really looked into it. As we get into Grand Live, I'll start looking more into Lark stuff. Will be put below Uma pulls and Umas I like plan selectors for parents, but I'm willing to change course. And I'm also open to late surger cards or times I can't just run Akibono. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, someone mentioned you'll need Gold Ship Summer if you want to go heavily Oshi and you're going all in on debuffs. Gold Ship Summer will allow you to bring some of those debuffs to other tracks. Kitasan Black looking good there. Fuku, Kawakami for center stage, although you don't really know it. Super Creek. Fine Motion. Okay, yeah, I mean, you're looking overall good on the account. Let's see this pull plan. Oh, okay, you got Gold Ship. Okay, Pace Lover, this one heavy. Okay, you've got it. 600 pulls. Good, good. So you should hopefully, really hopefully MLB her. She'll be solid for a long while. Major Romanu, you have 600 planned. Mr. CB. Okay, so you're willing to do the Encloser, so Mr. CB is definitely a good pickup. Gold Ship Lark, McQueen Wit. This one's after this one, isn't it? Wait, is McQueen Wit before? Well, for some reason, I was thinking McQueen Wit was before El Condor or after El Condor Pasa. Am I reading this wrong? I guess. I thought it was before after it, but... And then Orfevre, that's way... Oh, wait, no, that's the next scenario one. Is this a rerun banner? This might be the wrong banner you have on here. Okay, that's the rerun. Okay, you have the wrong banner here, so... I was wondering, it looked like it was really far out. You're going to have to shift that back quite a bit. And the closest Uma to it is this one. And so you have the pole. You'll have the poles. So you're going to be fine there. So just know, yeah, you don't wait that long to get her. You'll have the poles for her. Because it's pretty close to gold ships, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, yeah, pole plan's pretty good. I feel like... I mean, I've said the card a million times because this is the card I really like for parents. And looking at this, you have the poles to kind of do it, depending on your luck. I like that nice nature power card for parent making. I don't know if you're a heavy parent maker or not, but that one has the McQueen stamina card too that you could luck into some dupes for it for the longs, which would be really nice instead of having to use Super Creek. Outside of that, I feel like you're willing to get the selectors. Just finding a card that you like, that you're willing to dip your toes in. Since you mentioned lights, maybe you dip your toes in Manhattan Cafe Wit right before Lark starts. Do 200 pulls on it. You'll have plenty to do it. And then, depending on how your luck goes there, you can use all 3 selectors to either take her to Limit Break 3 or MLB, depending on how many you get in those 200 pulls. And then if you get anything else off banner that you might want to use those selectors on, you have that option as well. And so overall, I think your plan's pretty good and you're already in pretty good shape. Just let your off banner pulls / any specific card that you're willing to dip your toes into kind of dictate which selectors you're going to go for. Okay, pull plan for the start of Grand Live. Man, started at the tail end of the first story event. Completed every story event afterwards. Completed every CM. Made it to the finals every time, but not always Group A. I've stayed in Class 16 trial since early Unity. Primarily front pace. No plans to change. Same Skies Oshi. And then 1 or 2 transfer requests away from promoting her to 5-star. Well, depending on how many the statues you have, you can just take her up to 5 stars. It's just like 10 statues. I would go ahead and do that, especially if you're building her all the time. If you're that close, just go ahead and get the statues and do it. Soon unlock Silent Suzuka and Simply Rudolph from dailies. I have 53 carats, 5k paid as a dolphin. I have 1 rainbow crystal, 2 crystal. Okay, 0 dolphin. Planning on pulling Summer Mizinski. 600 light hello eggs tanking. After I complete my pulls for light hello eggs tanking, planning to spend my SSR selectors from 1.0 to 1.5. Man, you held on them even longer than I did. To spend all 3 to MLB Super Creek if those pulls go reasonably well where I feel set. Yeah, I mean, that's I mean, if you don't get random off banners on it, that's a good option. Question: does this seem reasonable? Yeah, so far so good. Serve up to 800 pull. 800. I mean, if you have the worst luck in the world, yeah. I mean, 600. If you're that 1.5%, you should still have something usable, and I would not go to 800. Hopefully, you get 1 Agnes Tachyon pull on there, but yeah, 800 feels so bad. But that caused conflicts for the SSR selectors between Super Creek and Maruzensky and the likelihood of needing to pull Maruzensky. Super Creek, the new plan has more risk, but I feel it's flow. Yeah, don't do 800. I mean, at that point, you just accept you got screwed for Grand Live. Like, if I do 600, I just accept that I'm screwed on Grand Live if it's that bad. If I'm in that bottom 1%, well, I'm just screwed on Grand Live. I don't know if I want to go freaking 800 pulls deep on that thing. But yeah, I think it's fine. Bonus because I've been looking at 1.5, 2.0 selector options. My shortlist currently is Copano Ricky, 2.0 only, Kita-san Black, Major Palmer, Maruzenski with Gold Chip Summer as a dark horse. Gold Chip Summer is, you can borrow her. I wouldn't even worry about Gold Chip Summer until you have no other better options. When you build your debuffers, just borrow. Because your debuffers don't need crazy stats or anything. And so you can just borrow her. You can, if you really want to be able to do infinite grinding for those enclosers, or those, you can always find someone that has a 3-star green of her, build her into 2 parents, and then build your debuffer that way. Like I said, you don't need the stats, so you can easily build debuffer parents with her and the grandparents with 3-star greens. Shortlist, I mean, you said, yeah, front runner, pace chaser. Kita-san Black's a good pickup. I'm guessing you have Ballroom Saiyan Sky since she's your Oshi. So, Kita-san Black, you definitely want to have the inherit. You can pair that with her for your longs. OG Maruzenski's a good pickup too, because we're not getting any, we're not getting her on the legend races for a while. Let me look at your cards too. Yeah, I feel like Super Creek is a really good option though, because since you probably don't care about Mr. CB, I'm guessing, since you're focusing on paces and front runners, if you don't get her on any of your other pulls, yeah, I think that's like really, really good option here. You have Fine Motion already. Yeah, there's like nothing better, I see. Yeah, I think your pull plan's good there. And then bonus. Oh, wait, you already mentioned it. Which Umas would you like to add to this roster? I know that. Okay. Available as a daily. Yeah, I'm pretty sure hers is way far away though. Let me make sure. I'm not 100% sure on it. But I'm pretty sure she's quite a ways away. Oh no. Okay, never mind. 1.5. I guess. Yeah. I thought it was maybe it's a different one I'm thinking of. But yeah, okay, you can start farming her after Grand Live drops and get her. So selector options. I mean, one thing is you can use Henry Handsome's guide here to kind of see the Umas. Like, now, there's some more niche picks like Super Creek, Mummy Creek for your sprints. She's not coming out for a while to grind, so unless you get her off of a selector or off banner, you're not getting her anytime soon. Trying to think of any of these other ones in here. Aston Machan for your sprint frontrunners too. She won't be coming out for a while either on daily races. TM Opera O. Like, let me go back to yours. I don't even know. I'm forgetting what you have here. Do you have TM Opera O? Yeah, okay, you already have her. You have Smart Falcon. So I think Maruzenski, but if you skip Aston Machan, though, she's potentially an option. I think Daiwa Scarlet Christmas is a potential option. She's quite late, I believe. Yeah, she comes out 4.5, and she's a decent one that'll come out if you don't get her there to potentially use a selector for. But I think your overall plan's pretty good. And you're already sitting pretty good as well, overall. Alright, how many have I gone through so far here? Probably do one more. Maybe I'll do more tomorrow. Because getting through all 16 of these is going to take a long time. Trying to keep it as short as I can here. I mean, it's a lot of the same advice, I think, for a lot of people on these. Pace, late main, pull plan until current JP server. I'm a free-to-play player. Don't spend my money on any selectors. To stay competitive is pace, late, enjoyer. Here's my pull plan. I would like to know if this is good or if I'm going in more debt. What do you mean going into debt? Are you talking about you're just going to not have the carrots? I have posted my Umas in the card list. You're pacing late. So you got Maruzenski, Agnes Digital. Tamamo Cross is good there. Looks like you have Nishino Flower. Yeah. Tokai Teo, from what I understand, she'll become really good when she gets her 2.0 update. Support cards, Kita-san Black. We have no real good power cards. Fine Motion, which is good. So, okay, let's look at your pull. Holy crap. Here's the thing with going this deep into this pull plan. You can, I mean, you can see you're in massive debt here somehow. Yeah, you're like super deep into debt on your pull plan. I mean, this is max pull, so you'll get lucky in places as a free-to-play. Copado Ricky. Okay, so you wander for dirts. That's good. Heavy pulls here. Kita-san White. You said you're pacing late, right? Pace late main. I mean, I got Kita-san White's good. I mean, I ain't saying she's a bad pull, but you're going mixed, which is not too bad. Major Romanu. You're chilling on the pulls here. Skipping Goddess card, so a permanent borrow. Jungle Pocket, to me, easy skip. Easy skip. You have Kita-san Black. Use Kita-san Black. And, I mean, eventually El Condor Pasa. For your paces, you'll still have Agnes Tachyon. She's, I mean, she's a luxury, Uma. As a free-to-play, I feel like she's just too easy of a skip. You're going to be chilling with Agnes Tachyon and Kita-san Black to kind of carry you over speed. I mean, of course, she's a good one. And you can see you're starting to go into debt here. You drop Jungle Pocket, you're good on this banner. I mean, this is Duramonte is good for your lates, I guess. And you're starting to get a lot farther than I've really looked heavily enough to give advice. I mean, I know you're pretty much putting a lot of the meta stuff on here that I can see. Yeah, that's Die with Scarlet Wit, I believe, right there. And with Air Shock. This is a massive banner. This one, I'm going full 600 on this one. I think everything's overall pretty good. I think Jungle Pocket, drop her. And I'm going to guess you might have a couple other ones in here you can drop pretty easily. But if you drop her, you're good to go. That fixes this one. But yeah, it's going to get tough. It definitely... Now, some of these are... I don't know if this counts the free pulls in here. It looks like it does. But yeah. You just got to get lucky on some of them at some point. So, definitely be tricky. It'll come down to... I mean, planning out that far, it's kind of hard to tell. It just comes down to your luck. And this is going to say you're always broke. Basically, because... yeah, because it's going into the debt, but... I don't know if it count, like, you're getting pulls over that course. I don't know, like, if you're going to have to skip something or anything in here. It's kind of hard to tell when it's planned out that far. You just have to... I wouldn't worry about it too much other than just waiting to see how your luck goes in other places. Alright, let me see. How many is left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that's, we got through, what, about half of them there? So I'll be able to finish. I'll try and do another account review tomorrow. We'll see if it works out that way. But I think that's a good one for now. Don't want to make the video too long. But yeah, I think overall, everybody's looking good here. And I know some, I mean, as you can see here, people are, even if I don't ever get to yours, people do give advice in these. There's a lot of comments that people make to help out in a lot of these. So don't be afraid, even if I don't get to it, that some of the other people in this server will help as well. But that's going to be it now for this one. And if you like my content, if you could like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.